y'all? It's Tool from What's the T, and I'm here with Nasty Na. And we just gonna get right into it. We're not gonna waste no time or whatever. So, first question I had to ask you was like, when and what made you start rapping?
I started rapping. I'm gonna start with what made me start rapping, and this is an honest answer, an honest scenario. All right, we was in the house like, and we was in there and we was watching MTV Jams, and I don't know if you're familiar with that song. It was like don't drop that dun dun dun. So listen, cause it started off as a joke. So when we hear that song, we like, yo, these motherfuckers, these people. I'm sorry.
No,
Oh, all right. I'm like, they on MTV Jams or whatever. So it started off as a joke. We like, damn, like if they could do it, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? Then it kind of got narrowed down. So we just betting off like literally like, you know, like who gonna do it? So like now none of my friends really could rap, but like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know I could rap, to be honest with you. It was just more so like, it was like a joke thing. Mm-hmm. So like, and this is all honesty, we draw straws. You know what I mean? And dead ass, I got the littlest straw. You know what I'm saying? So like I never really had a passion for music. It started off as a joke thing, you know what I'm saying? So after we draw straws and I lost, you know what I mean, I proceeded to, you know, I wrote a rap that day or whatever. And then going into it, my friends was like, they told me, they said, listen, they was playing 2K. They said, listen, if you write this rap in this corner, we're gonna tell you, and we're gonna grind you up. Whatever. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm on instrumental or whatever, by Trade the Truth. So I wrote the rap or whatever. And when I spit it, like they face was just like, yo, you really could rap, you know what I'm saying? So, and then like we just kind of like, anything I did, I always gave, you know, 110%. So it became more serious as time went on, and then, you know, I proceeded to take it serious, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was 2012, 2012? Yeah, it was 2012. It was the summer of 2012, August 2012. So yeah, that's when it was, whatever. And then like ever since then, that's kind of, you know, I developed the passion for it.
Yeah, well you can see because you just blossom in 2012. It's only been like two
and some change.
Yeah, that's like good money, whatever. But all right, but like in Philadelphia, we have like a lot of people who like want to be either like athletes, unfortunately trappers and rappers. So like, what separates you from the next man who also is a rapper, or like what gives you that upper hand over the next man who also makes music?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's beyond like when I understand what this rap is, the rap business. So a lot of people just understand one aspect of it. They look at it like, oh, they're artists, they're musicians. I see it from both aspects. I'm a rapper and I'm a businessman. Mm-hmm. So I go into any situation looking, you know, for ways to benefit my business. So it's like, yeah, I started rapping, but at the same time, I channeled the empire and we started our movement, you know what I'm saying, which is RNO, and we got to correlate with each other, you know what I'm saying, and they're going hand in hand right now. So it's just like, my movement alone separates me from them. It's so much I can do. Like, I don't just rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? We did, like, when we were all camera, I explained to you, like, I'm a director, too. I'm a writer, you know what I'm saying? I'm a manager myself. So it's just like, I got so much more. We got our own clothing line. So it's just like, when people just rap and they just think it's going to the studio and I'm going to make a hot song and I'm going to get on, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand, like, there's more to it than just that. Like, you know what I mean? It's all about your network. You know what I mean? Your network determines your net worth. So, you know what I mean? Me personally, I understand that every aspect of it. So going into it, I know I can make the best song in my life, but if I don't get it on the platform to where the right people can hear it, it's pointless. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't consider myself like, you know what I mean, even in a conversation with the person that just looked at it from one dimension. You follow me?
Right. All right, so you touched on, like, since like you're like a businessman, you touched on like your business or whatever, and your business, well, as a whole is like RNO.
Yes.
Can you tell the people? I know it stands for recognize no opponent, but I know that it's much deeper than that.
Yeah.
So can you tell the viewers like what exactly RNO is?
All right. Well, RNO, as you just stated, it means to recognize no opponent, and you know I quote myself when I say this: to recognize no opponent means the mental thought of your opponent not existing eliminates the possibility of you fearing them. So if you take it out of your mind that your opponent is even a threat, it'll give you some self-confidence towards facing that opponent. That opponent doesn't necessarily have to be a person. That opponent is a deadline. That opponent is death. If you're faced with a deadly disease, that is your opponent. So it's like, your example, they say, you know, people who have cancer don't necessarily show the signs of it until they're aware of it. Right. So it's like, it's a mental thing. So if you take it out of your head mentally, it helps you going forward towards, you know, defeating it, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's from the meaning purposes of it. As far as in what we offer, you know, like, it's a self-confidence booster. We target the kids because we feel like they're the ones that they easily influence. So, you know, we target kids because they're the ones that, you know, they're easily to make they're easier to make them follow you versus an adult. It takes a lot to convince an adult to believe in what you're doing, but kids, they're more sold on it. So we target them and we tell them that it's a way of living, and to implement that into their lifestyle, that you can chase any dream you want, you can do anything you want to do, just recognize no opponent. So it's just like if you take it out of your mind that your opponent even exists, it'll make it easier towards accomplishing that goal or whatever it is that you're setting out to do.
And since you're on the topic of kids, you said you brought up like y'all demographic to target is kids or whatever, like run it like adolescents from 12 to 17 or whatever it may be. So since you're on the topic of kids, you have like I apologize for this. I hope you don't get mad at me.
No.
You have a mascot.
Yeah.
I know you like to be called a mascot.
Yeah.
But like what do you like to be called? We cannot say on we can't say on there.
Yeah. No, that's fine. He know he's like, and all in all, is a mascot.
So you have. Can you tell us about the mascot?
All right, we got Cousin Tad, and the general purpose for Cousin Tad, it was to target kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you figure kids buy into characters. You know what I mean? No matter what that character is, they like people in costumes. It starts from the TV shows that they watch,
right.
Barney and the Baby Bops and stuff like that. So it's like we needed a way to target kids. You know what I'm saying? Without, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 22 years old, so it's like I don't know how to appeal to a 5-year-old, to a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? All the way up to a 12-year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you see Cousin Tad, it's just more inviting, and it's diverse because like he don't just appeal to the kids. Like adults like him too. So it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like. That was just one of my ideas. Like, I don't even know where I came up with it at. It was just like, I seen something and it triggered something. And I put it in our group chat. I said, yo, we need a character or whatever. And they were just like, you know, what is it going to be? So we was like, we need something that's like for the adults and the kids. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like, then it just came to us. We was like, Tad, you know what I mean? And then, you know, went about like that. So like that's what that was like one avenue we did to target kids. And then another way we go about it is Amber. She's real youthful. You know what I mean? She got a lot of kids that look up to her. So, you know, because they follow the Vine and stuff like that. So, you know, like that was another way for us to target the kids. On top of, we about to start a basketball league. We about to start a dance team. The basketball league is scheduled to start May 2nd. It's with the church. It's with the church on 38th and, what's that block? It's down West, it's in the bottom of West Philly. It's at the top of my head, but.
I think it might be Haverford or something.
Yeah, I think it is 38th and Haverford or whatever. It's a church. We starting with, it's Catalyst for Change or something like that or whatever. But sorry, but yeah, we started a basketball league with them, and then we started a dance team, which is gonna be the Recognize No Opponent dancers. So it's just like that's another way to get kids. It's like once we start dealing with kids, we start learning what they like to do. It's just about providing them with stuff to do other than just being on social media.
Right.
You know what I mean? Forcing them to get out and be active. But you know, does that answer your question?
Yeah. Last month, you recently dropped a mixtape called Who Is Nasty Na.
Yes.
And like the title might throw some people off because like the title might say, are they asking who is Nasty Na, or do you not know Nasty Na yourself?
Right.
So within your music, you try to answer that because like I mean like you even had people from RNO featured on the track saying answering who
as
is
character
Nasty Na.
witnesses.
So can you like go more in depth about your mixtape as a whole?
Well, you actually kind of touched on it. It's exactly what you said. It's a 2-part question. It's like, who is Nasty Na? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is it? Like, I never heard of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was just like a marketing tactic. It was more so like now when you talk about my mixtape, you can't say it without saying my name because my name is in the title of the mixtape. So it's like you gotta say I'm listening to this new Nasty Na or I'm listening to this Who is Nasty Na. But either way you say Nasty Na, so you're marketing me. And for the other aspect, it's more so like who is Nasty Na? Like who is this guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? We see what he do, we see what he has going on, but who is he? You know what I'm saying? So as opposed to taking to my music to talk personally about myself, like it's kind of hard to fit your life into a 16. So what I did was I did get character witnesses to kind of, from their point of view, you know, talk about me. You follow what I'm saying? Right. And as you could see, different people had different things to say. Like no one person said the same thing. Okay. So by listening to the tape, you know what I'm saying, it'll give you an overall perspective on what type of person I am, because everybody is saying the same thing but just in a different way. So, you know, like that was my way of like people finding out who Nasty Na was. You know what I'm saying? They like not from me, because it's easy for me to tell you how I am and you could take it or leave it. But if you got other people saying, man, this guy's this guy's that, it's more believable. So, you know what I mean? That's what I chose. That's why I did it like that or whatever, because I felt like people take it more from somebody else about you than they will taking it actually from you.
Right. All right. So like featured on that mixtape is a song called I Love College or whatever. And like, I mean, like you had hits before them, but that song like really like raised the bar for you. So can you tell me like what was like your inspiration about like you saying you love college? I mean like you had like the Astor Ross saying he loved college
Yeah.
too, but like yeah, like y'all did college is like not like Astor Ross did college.
All right, my song "Man I Love College" it came about. It was like I knew I wanted to target that. That's a large market we talking. You know what I'm saying? It's not the street market. It's a market in itself, and it's a paying market or whatever. And like I was in college, you know what I'm saying? But the things I loved about college wasn't. It was the college experiences more so than it was the college. So just like in this track, you know what I mean? I set out to tell you what I loved about college, but I never mentioned, not once mentioned school. I just mentioned like I love parties and like everything that everybody else loved about college outside of the schoolwork. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like it definitely raised the bar for me. It was what I felt was though my first, universal song. I felt like this is a song that can appeal to anybody. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a lot of music, but it always was something stopping it from breaking that barrier. And I felt like Man I Love College was diverse enough to go anywhere and get played, and got a nice beat, it's catchy, and it's just like it's kind of undeniable because if you're in college, you understand exactly where I'm coming from, no matter what college you go to and what experiences you've been through. It's relatable. So you know what I mean. Does that answer your question?
Exactly. And since we're on the topic of college and you loving college,
yeah,
you had this I Love College tour coming up around this month or whatever.
Yeah.
So can you like tell us about that?
All right. Well, all right. If you was like following us like last September, we actually did a Man I Love College tour. It was like part 1 or whatever. Where though we got inquired to come up a bunch of different schools and perform at their homecomings.
What schools did you go to?
We did Shippensburg, we did Lincoln, we did Cheney, we did Delaware State, we did UMES, we did, it's a lot. We did about 10 schools. IUP, Westchester. We didn't do Kutztown. We did like 80% of the state schools or whatever, and then we did UMES, out of state, Delaware State, and that's all I can think of off the hand. But like there is listed somewhere for people that really want to go into depth. But what we have coming up is the Man I Love College Party Tour. So the first tour, we didn't have no control over what was going on. We just was being inquired. You know what I'm saying? It was just like happening so often. We just like, man, this is a tour. Like we out every weekend. You know what I mean? So, but this is actually something we're putting together. So it's just like we are setting up events at schools, and we're going up there and we're calling it the Man I Love College Party Tour. So it was scheduled to start last month. But with everything going on with the mixtape, and then we didn't even plan to do Undefined, but we'll tap into that, later. And then it's just like everything kind of backed it up. So right now we are going to do I would call it like a semi-tour. Like, all right, we have an event up DSU on Thursday, which is going to be March the 19th. We have an event up DSU. So it's like we're going to do a few events, but the semester is almost over. So we're really going to probably start the official tour, next September, going into the next fall.
So like I mean you even touched on it a little bit. So like you have your mixtape last month. You had this tour in September, and now you're saying like this tour is going back in September.
Again,
September,
yeah.
Only because of your web series, Undefined.
Yeah, everything.
And also like not only with the Undefined web series, you also have like a separate web series which is No Script.
Yeah.
So can you please both touch on those separately, like starting with your No Script first and then your Undefined?
All right, cool. No Script came about. It was like because like all right, like as y'all can see, I'm a talkative person, so it's just like I always like my friends that grew up with me. They know like I kick game to them like all day, every day, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like all right, my sole purpose in No Script was to give people a better feel for who I am. Like you know what I'm saying? Because like when you watch it, you could kind of depict out what type of person I am, and you know what I mean?
Your question, who was Nasty Na?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I titled it No Script because I told myself it's not scripted. I go up there and I freestyle. I don't write nothing down. I literally go as it come to my head, I kick it out. So it was just like, like I said, all right, I need what I always did was I need a topic to talk about. So I always try to, touch on, relevant topics. You know what I'm saying? I started with relationships, then I went more into depth about like what it is to be real and stuff like that. So just like No Script was just like for people that didn't know me, that probably didn't have a reason to like me or not like me. It was more so to lead them towards getting to know what type of person I am, so they could find out who I am and maybe even make that decision towards if they're gonna continue to follow what I do or if they just fed up with what I do and just want to leave it where it's at.
Right.
And then and I'm planning to shoot. I'm actually about to shoot a Who Is Nasty Na No Script. Actually, I'm waiting for the girl who's gonna actually interview me to come back to the United States. So on the 21st. So I'm actually going to my life story. Like I never not once told my life story. Like it's so many things that I put before you right now, and it's like so many people that want to know the root of it. They want to know why I'm the way I am. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many people that want to know what happened to my nose. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's so deep. I'm going to get into that interview to where, though, I know everybody, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be just like, ecstatic. They're going to be lost for words. Like, damn. Like, and then it'll make you respect me even more, seeing where I come from and what I've been through to see where I'm headed. You know what I'm saying? So I got the Who Is Nasty Na No script. That'll be the next episode that I do. But even that got put in the back burner for the tour. So it's like, when you're dealing with a full hand like this, it's like, it's so hard to balance everything. Right. For Undefined, we originally started with Cousin Ted. It was Welcome Home Cousin Ted or whatever. So when we started, we thought we knew what it took to, produce a show, which we had the overall, the basics of it. It just, we wasn't as good as writers as we are. Like now, when I watch TV, I'm a writer now, so it's just like, I swear, like, there's so many shows I hate just because of how it's written, like how it's put together, because I see it so different. It's just like, when you make music, you listen to songs differently. You know what took effort and what would just like, didn't take no effort. So it's like, when we originally started with Cousin Tad, we wrote it or whatever, and we really didn't have a storyline. We just was kind of winging it, and we thought we were trying to be funny more so, like, not me necessarily, but we were trying to think, all right, Tad did this would be funny. Mm-hmm. But more so, Undefined is a natural funniness to it. Right. So it's just like, we don't even attempt, like, we write the script and we improv. You know what I'm saying? So we sit down, me and my partner, we sit down and we go, all right, we need to do this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And then when we put us on set and people improv and it come out the way it come out, it's better, it's more natural. And like, it came out of nowhere. Like literally we sat down one day, probably like a few weeks ago. Like we shot it 2 days after we thought about it. Like that's how, because we're just like a great idea to us. So we're like, listen, man, we need a way to consolidate Amber's traffic, your traffic, and Tad traffic into one. But we cannot do it just through music. We cannot do it just through, like, we got to find a way to make everybody watch all of y'all at the same time. Right. So we like, let's do a show. Now, like, I'm pretty much the type of person that I adapt to anything I'm doing. So like now I'm an actor, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it didn't start that way. So it's just like, and I'm like, I didn't want to put myself, like people always want to know like why my character is mentally challenged. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I told myself like, in order for me to stand out on this show with a person in a bear costume and Amber, I need to be something that nobody expected. People expected me to go in there and be myself. Right. They expected me to be 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. So it's just like when you watch the show, you be like, I can't believe. Then you talk to me here, but I can't believe this dude acts like this on here and acts like that. So it just like it gives, you know what I mean? It just give a little twist to the show. But Undefined, like we got big plans with that or whatever. So like I said, it came about out of nowhere or whatever, and now we just kind of we're going with the flow. Like now we actually have some direction. So it was a spinoff of Cousin Tad. And we made it more of a show, like it's like more together.
So like you have like this diversity to yourself,
right?
Where like you rap, you direct, you act, and many more things. So right. so to a person who might say, "Oh, Nasty Na music. I don't like Nasty Na music." Yeah. He might like you as an actor, yeah. or like he can't act, but he like the Undefined web series. Yeah. He like that. But in all reality, him not liking your music or him not liking your acting, he's still liking
something about me
as a whole,
even with no script. So it's just like, like I got people see that, and that's my problem. I got so many different ways to watch me. It's like hard to keep up with me. Like, you know what I mean? I got people that like everything I do, and they just like intact with everything I do. They like love me as an actor, love my music, love everything about my movement. But I got people who not that familiar with my music, but know everything about no script, seen every Undefined episode. You know what I'm saying? Know everything that I got coming up. So it's just like, that's like working in my favor. But then again, it's like a bittersweet thing. It's like I wish I could have all the traffic from everything, just watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll generate more views or whatever. But it's just like being as though it doesn't hurt me, because as long as you know who I am, that's my sole purpose on this earth, to make everybody remember me in some type of way. So it's like, you might not remember me for my music. You might not remember me for no script. You might have just remembered the fact that it said directed by Nasty Na on your favorite show or whatever. So I'm like, as long as you know who I am, you know what I'm saying? And that's all a part of that business aspect that I tell you. It's like, I don't plan to get into this game one way. I plan to come 20 ways, and one of them going to break down the barrier for all 20 of them, because I'm not going to stop once I get in. If I get a record deal tomorrow, I'm still going to do everything else I'm doing. It's just going to be trying to get all of that to that larger platform. So it'll just build my context up to even be able to say, all right, I know these people from this station personally, because they might have wanted me for music or something, and now I'm bringing my show onto it. So it's just like making everything I do coincide in some type of way, in a beneficial way, versus it being detrimental to what I got going on. But everything's been going smoothly.
All right, so is there is there any tea that you can give us, like anything come up in the future, or like anything period that like people don't know? So can you please give us the tea, any tea you have, on what's coming up for you?
All right, let me before I answer the question, let me ask you in a sense of what, like, it's like we got so much going on. It's like do you want, like, I'm saying, like, you looking for like some like juicy stuff, or like what do you look?
Any information you feel comfortable disclosing with the viewers, or what's the tea? Anything.
I mean, like, I can't, like, it's like, I don't, it's like, what we have going on, you know, it's just like everything that we kind of discussed, it's just like further, like, it's just like a continuance of it. I kind of touched on the basis of us doing a tour, you know, like, y'all already know that we do Undefined. Like, we got a lot going on with the music. I know, like, all right, just put it like this. Y'all going, just know this. With the music, y'all going to see my face on a lot of stuff. And I'm not talking about local platforms. I'm talking about a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I can give y'all. Just stay tuned for that. I'm talking, might be your favorite magazine, might be your favorite website, might be, just know, you know what I'm saying, might even be your favorite radio station. Just know that Nasty Na will be in the face of the public all summer. So, you know what I'm saying, like, I can't get into depth about what it is because I like to speak into existence. I want it to actually happen before I say it's going to happen, and then, you know, like, kind of have to renege on it. But I'm going to show y'all, and just know that y'all going to be seeing this face and hearing this name a whole lot from a lot of different avenues. You're not going to be able to get away from us. RNO.
All right, y'all, that's our exclusive interview with Nasty Na, the founder of RNO. I'm told. I'm out.
Whip it, whip it, whip it, hit it, hit it, whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it like you in the kitchen. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it like you fuck them bitches. Whole team celibate, they ain't fucking with us. Only day ones with me, I can't trust new niggas. My bitch got expensive taste, she don't want you niggas. So you can try to go and get her if you want to, nigga. All my niggas eating good, we ain't lunching, nigga.